Hi everyone, and welcome back to Scrap Addict Creations. I'm Diane, and today we're going to be creating this 12 by 12 layout. I got the idea off of a layout I just created using the same paper, making an 8.5 by 11, but this video is making the 12 by 12. Let's get scrapping. So I have the Unbound Beaty line here. Aside from this is loose frosted dots. Very cute, very cute. I pulled out Lagoon because that's what I used on, I made an 8.5 by 11 layout, and we're gonna make the 12 by 12 for Nancy right now. So I did get the paper pack. It's a 12 by 12 paperback, and they're not Picture My Life cards. I can't remember, Memories and More cards. Sorry. When you go from Stampin' Up to Close to My Heart, you learn the Close to My Heart language, and then you got to go back and learn the other. It's quite interesting. Okay, so I took the time, because you get 2 of each of these cards, to lay them out, aside from the card that I used on my layout. And I did pull this one aside, and I believe I have one on this side too. So these are the cards that you get in this pack. There's quite an assortment, which is nice. And you can cut these. You can do all sorts of things with them, just depending on what you want. Like this one might be one that I would cut. This is the back of that one. We've got a flower one, and then flowers on the back, a stripe. On the back of the stripe is the XOXO. We've got thank you very much. And then the back of that is this floral. And then the 4x6 ones, we have this floral pattern, and then a bouquet, and then this floral pattern, kind of viney. Take Time to Play. This was one I was thinking about for a title, but I didn't want to really incorporate this yellowish peachy color in. Then we've got Hooray, Let's Celebrate, and that's on the back of the play one. Hello, and then Here's to Another Year. Okay, yeah, I must have the other one down there. So the papers we have here are these 2. This is what I've cut and used, and then this is the back of them. But this is a little too wild for me right now. I don't really have pictures that match with it, but I was able to find some that went with this. I used a little tiny bit of this to pull in an accent color. I know this kind of looks probably odd on screen, but these really do work well together as an accent. This is an accent. Then we have this color, which is the back of that one, this one, and this one, and the stripe, and this floral, and this floral, and this bouquet-ish one, and I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Okay, so the colors that they recommend to go with this is Berry Burst, Calypso Coral, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Pretty Peacock, Shy Shamrock, and Summer Splash. And I looked, and Summer Splash is kind of similar-ish to Lost Lagoon. So that's why I went with the Lost Lagoon. At first, when I was working on this layout, which is good help is hard to find, Miranda was helping Dad stain the fence at our last house. And instead of being a good helper, she was a good kind of just bystander. Very much enjoyed laying in the grass, which is bizarre to me because she's not really a lay in the grass person, but she did that day. So I had Dad do a little bit of journaling for me, and I typed it up. It kind of looks now that I did a little crooked, but oh well. I did use these little dots here, and I used the new dies. Let's see here. I've got the dies over here and then the bits over here. So it's Spotlight on Nature dies. And I used 2 of those. And then, of course, these loose frosted dots right in here. So I've got the trio there, a trio there. I went through my stash of little bits, and I found this butterfly and this together sign. And we've got a happy. I did add a little bit of ink to that. And I kind of flagged these pieces here. Added, this is one of the cards. On the other side is kind of a florally. And so I've cut that up kind of like I did here. I'll change it up a little bit because when you're going from this size of a layout to a larger one, of course, you've got more space to fill. Did kind of hem and haw over the title, but I did use the foam white letters from Close to My Heart, and I took rosy ink and the blender brush, made a huge mess, inked each letter, put it back on, and then kept making messes because of course they didn't dry. So then I took, I have glossy accents, but I wanted something just kind of easy, and this is a crystal clear lacquer pen, something like that, from Hero Arts that I happen to have in my drawer. I was kind of looking for something with a little shimmer to it, but then I realized I probably didn't want shimmer, so I was like, okay, we'll just put that on that. It has been nice. It dried, so I mean they're a little shiny. I wish it was a little more matte. Going from wanting glittery to wanting matte is bizarre, right? But it makes it to where the ink is not coming off, because I'm trying to think, one of these, Jace put them on top. Yeah, this came off over here. He put the one layout on top of the other, and I'm like, oh, those aren't dry, don't touch it, because I wanted what he thought for these pictures. Since he was the main person in it, he's also really good with journaling. So we would have been forced to let Miranda go, but somehow she's on a union mandated break, was what he came up with for this one. So I thought that was cute. I did add some Lagoon ink a little bit around there. So this layout kind of went from Lagoon on the back with white matte and then the paper, to craft paper, white, and then Lagoon. So it had a very different stage of life, but we're going to recreate this in 12 by 12. So I'm going to set these up here in my space so I can see them. And I've got all the pieces cut out. I did kind of layer things a little differently. Let's see here. Let me grab this one down. So this one has light Lagoon, craft, and then white. So I've done that on this one. All of these are light, the circles. I've got this with just 2 lines of dots here. This one right here is white with dark Lagoon. So this one right here is white, light Lagoon, dark Lagoon. I have this I Love Us, which the backside is really pretty. It's this paper, just smaller. I wasn't sure if I wanted to cut this out, but I like the heart too. So then I was like, do I cut it and find another heart? I'm not sure I can use this one because there's too many different options, but I would cut it down if I did use it. So it's an option, but I'm not sure. This is I did this in light with then a strip. This is a 1/2 inch strip. And this photo mat is 3 by 4. So this one ends up being 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And this one ends up being 6 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. And then the other side, so we have this, and I didn't adhere these together because I'm using this one that says Happy Birthday. And then I'm matting this on it because I wanted just this little hint of pattern, which I think I want to cut this down just a smidge more. And then I have this one. This is matted onto dark. And then I have together here with this one, and then some craft. And I keep going back and forth. So I don't know if I even want to waste that one and maybe just use this, which is Today Was a Good Day. I really do like that one. The back side is that yellow. Okay, I have another piece of the dot that's larger. Had I planned better with cutting this, I would have had this for mine, but I didn't. So I just had this piece right here. So I was thinking of kind of putting the dots and then this piece and then this photo mat over it. I thought that was kind of cool. But I've got 2 more of the little dot pieces over here and then this circle. So this is what I have. I'm going to set this piece aside for right now because I'm not exactly sure how that's going to go together. Let's put this one together real quick. This is my favorite picture. Well, one of my favorites. I'm glad I found these pictures because I think they are hilarious. Oh, I do need to cut this. Okay, got that cut down just a smidge. Now we can see a little more of that pattern paper. This is a place I would have used the little photo placement pieces, but I did that on a couple of the other layouts and I was cutting them down to a different size and I thought that might get confusing. So this should be better. I wonder if I want that on the dark. No, because it's going to overlap. That's why I put craft in here and there, because it kind of broke up some of this same pattern pieces. Okay, I'm going to set that aside now that that's attached. And those, let's put this up here. Oh, really quick, where's my ruler? Okay, so we've got 8.5 by 11 1/4 for the craft paper. And then the white paper, if I can put the ruler the right way, is 8 1/4 by, I want to say by 10 3/4. And then this one is 7.5. It's better if I measure over on this side. Oh, this side. 7.5 by 8.5. And so those were consistent. And then this piece and this piece are the same size, and this piece and this piece are the same size. So we have 6 by 7 here and here, and 6 by 5 here and here. So I got away with basically using half of a sheet of pattern paper for both of these layouts, which is great. When I came to here, I had to use a whole sheet for each one. So there's 2 pattern sheets on here. And all I did when I was measuring to get things kind of the way I wanted them to go was to measure the distance here. So like this one right here to that bit from the edge was approximately 1.5. So then I cut this piece 6 inches by 10.5. And so is the piece over here. And then this piece is 8.5 by 6. And we've got 11 by 9 for the lagoon, and it's on the dark side. And then the white, I cut to 11 3/4 by 11.5, because I wanted to have it meet in the center because of the way I'm doing the layout. And I wanted 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Okay, so let's put this one down and the other, and then we'll pull out, well, it's just right here. We will open up the Lagoon ink and add some inking to this. Okay, got the paper down. I didn't figure you needed to stay on camera for that whole part. I'm just gonna grab, oh, that's kind of a big scrap. Let me see if I've got a small scrap. I need a scrap. None of this. We'll have to use the Lagoon right now. So on this paper, I've got Lagoon up here, a little tiny bit of Lagoon down here. Let's add some more. So here and here, and then a little bit around, oh, a little more here. So I'm going to mimic that on here and go up in this corner. And then kind of along there, but just faintly, not a lot there. I want some down here and then a little bit there. And then down in here. Oops. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so then let's look at the other side. This side, I did some down here and here. I did a little up here, but it looks like I covered it up. So I think I'll just kind of follow the same bit around. Let's put a little bit up in there, and a bit here, some down here, and quite a bit there, and then some right here. Maybe like kind of a wider section here. There we go. I like that. Okay, set those aside so I don't get ink on me. Yesterday I was covered in the rosy ink, which caused me to kind of hurt my finger. Okay, so we're going to start over here, and we want this paper to start at about 3/4 of an inch down. So 3/4 of an inch would be right there. It would leave probably it's about a 1/2 an inch. So a 1/4 and then a 1/2 on that top. And I think what we're going to do is build both sides at the same time. So that'll probably be a smarter way of doing this. Then I don't have to remember numbers. Okay, grab this one. And remember, this is the dark side of Lagoon. And I did that because I wanted that contrast since I am kind of doing this monotone until I get to the pinks. Okay, so there we have that piece. And then the next piece, I went down about 1.5 inches. As you can see, I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to do it exactly this way. So that was 1.5 inches. So we're going to start that there, which is 3/4 of an inch, it looks like. Oh, and then I need to know the bottom. Actually, I should start at the bottom. 1 inch. Okay. So we're going to put this one on first because that one goes over this one. Okay. We're going to start this one at 1 inch. And yes, I am covering up quite a bit of paper. So if you make this layout, feel free to gut some of these because you don't need to waste it all. Like, I mean, let's see here. Where is it? This is about right there, maybe. So this is all you're seeing. You could totally gut this. Let's put this paper on. And then we'll do that top. I'm going to re-measure just to make sure. Again, why I'm doing both sides at the same time, so I don't have to remember as much. Okay, 1.5. This is very pretty. I just don't have pictures that kind of go with it. This other side is a little more user-friendly for pictures that I have. So, and this is just one of those opposite layouts. It's kind of fun because it's not using a whole bunch of paper, but it's using it the way, you know, you can appreciate the paper too. Okay. I did think about putting a strip of something along here, but I opted not to because I wasn't sure what color. If I went with the light Lagoon, it got lost. If I went with the dark Lagoon, it was competing with this and got lost when I got to the end. So I just was like, no, I could have done something in white, but it just wasn't, it didn't feel right. So I opted not to. Okay, so I'm going to lay these out. Now on my layout, in fact, I'm going to cut this down a little bit. Be right back. Okay, got this fixed. So on my layout, I ended up printing this at 5x7 and then cutting it down, and it's about a 4x4 picture. I am opting, because I know Nancy does a lot of 4x6s, to have a 4x6 photo on here. And I'm going to lightly put this down. Right about there. Maybe up higher. Let's see here. Yeah, that still leaves plenty of room. Okay, and then I need these bits. And I'm going to have to grab my T-square. I'm just going to kind of estimate where I want it there. Grab my T-square and put that there. And then put this one over here. On my original layout, I did slide these under. So it did use quite a bit more of the piece. And that's why I don't have it to use for that top photo over here. Oops. I did get some of the Stampin' Seal to try out. It's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. The only thing I will say is I don't like the cost. Even with the discount, it's still quite expensive. Okay, I'm just going to kind of slide that right about there. I think I'm going to get that butterfly that I have for the other one, but we'll do that in a smidge. Okay. Do I want a photo and then, because like mine has one photo and then the verbiage area. I think I like that. And what I'm really liking is how I'm using the different tones of this paper. It's one thing I love about Close to My Heart is it's got those two-tone papers. So it really gives you a broad area to kind of like a broad color palette when you're using the same colors, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. I hope you understand where I'm going with that, because it really does help me to be able to use, light and dark. And maybe I would have made this dark, but I wanted to keep the circles very consistent with my layout. So that's why I opted to do that. I think I'm going to put that close there. Let's see. Does that look about right? Let me grab my T-square because we all know I see crooked. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, I'm really liking the feel of this. It's a very simple layout. Of course, I didn't leave any space for her to write a huge title, but she could put something, well, in one of these. And if I use this "Today is a good day," that's a pretty good spot for that too. But I think I would rather have it kind of over here. That's kind of my thought. So we'll see how that goes. Now, another thing I could do would be to put this down here and have these opposite rather than the smalls going across. I chose to do Miranda's main picture up here because I wanted it to be, predominant. She's little here, but big here. This one I printed 8 by 10 and cut it down so that I would have that bit for her. So there we go. Let's look at this if we do that. And you could do this one sideways. I like that pattern. I kind of don't liking that. And if I change that and just kind of put white on that one and then the darker, I could also offset that. I don't like that as much. And then we have this piece and this piece. Those could go down here. And then the title piece, we could put these little guys on, but it does kind of just go right across, so maybe it would be better. Hide those pieces under. So it was kind of horizontal, horizontal, vertical, vertical. I think I like these little dots though, right by that. And then this piece has this by it, but I did these on top. I think I want to stick with that across from it for right now. If Nancy creates another one, it'll be interesting to see if she actually puts this picture and this, like opposite, or if she likes it this way. We'll see. So I think I'm going to just put this down. And it looks like I started this one at about 10. So where's about maybe a little higher. Okay. And then take the adhesive off of that. One good thing about already making one of the layouts, kind of like with Album Retreat, is I already had the pattern. I just needed to, I don't want to say mass produce, but kind of mass produce it. I really like that. I like that. Got that turned out. Okay. And this ties in the craft over here. This little area keeps popping up. That's why I keep touching it. And let's put this on here. I like this Grateful for You. It's really cute. I just am not making cards with these. Maybe I will with my scraps when I'm done. Let's try to get a couple more layouts out of this pack of paper. Okay, so this one is about 5 3/4. If I'm going to keep them kind of consistent across. And this one, we've got it. Grab this. A little bit above 5 1/4. Okay, so I've got to plan this one out. Let me cut another piece of paper. Okay, I added some pop tape to that. I really do like that with the white and then the dark lagoon. I'm gonna take this bit off. Oh, I'm gonna add adhesive to this real quick. And like that. Let's see here. Maybe more like that for this one right now. Okay. Now this might not look as good since I did pop that, but we'll try. And the T-square. Find it's easier to do the far side one, and then I can do the other one because it's closer and it makes a little more sense in my brain. I'll just so lightly in. I like how that pulls this additional color in all around. And that's, you know, using just a little bit of this pink, which was very similar to Rosy. Now, I did add flagged pieces over here. Let me see if I can find my scraps. Okay, so I cut this 1 by 1 and flagged it. So that's what's going to go there. And then this one is 1 by 2. And it'll go over here. I think I'm going to try to, well, let's see, we're just going to trim it down a little bit. Maybe a little tiny bit more. Yeah, there. And then I didn't have, oh, I know what it was. This piece right here, I used the little piece that was there. I cut up everything. So I'm just going to use this piece of lagoon, and I'm going to just trim it. There we go. And put that there. I want to use the light side of lagoon for this one because it'll be touching this dark lagoon. So we added that there. This piece, I'm going to only put adhesive at the very top and then on my desk because I don't want her not to be able to put a photo on that. There we go. But I want it in place for the video. Kind of a catch-22. Okay, I'm going to grab my stickers real quick and I'll be right back. So I changed out my stickers. I was watching one of the episodes on, what is it? It's the creative design team. And they said that these are acid-free. So I thought, okay, I'll try it. So I moved my stuff to this and I'm really liking it because it is so much more compact than the other pieces. It was a chore to change everything over. Let's see here. Oh, I used a Happy that was in Ballerina. Maybe I'll use that again. Okay. And I've liked that I've been using stickers on it and they come out fine. Let's see, what else did I use? It was just, the only other thing I used was the butterfly, and that was in Lagoon. There you are. I think that's the only, I have some butterflies in Glacier, but I don't know if that would work. Let me look. They're a different butterfly. They're not as, if I was going to use these butterflies, I would have to just use those. I think that's from In Full Bloom. Again, I could be wrong on that. And I only picked out certain bits of the, it was last year's, for National Scrapbook Day, they did the, I don't know, they're frosted or not frosted. What is it? Not photo model. I don't remember. It's that shiny cardstocky stuff. So on the other side of these is the shiny darker. And then on this, the side I like better is lighter. But the love, you have to use the darker side. And I got all the little sets of those. So I went through, there's one in the pink somewhere. Here it is. So this is raspberry. I kept that and just added raspberry here. And just kept the bits that I thought I might use. So that's all I did with those. The rest of them I gave to my friend because I won't use them. Okay, I'm going to grab, I've got some pop tape bits in this circle here. So let's grab those and put this little butterfly. Oh, I also put together over here. I don't think I'm going to put that on here because it would go on the picture and I don't want to mess up Nancy's pictures. And then this happy. So let's do that and let's put this one. I'm only going to take the bottom one off and leave the top one there. Now, one thing I did do to that one is I took a little bit of the rosy and let's see here, get rid of most of it and just kind of darken this up. There we go. Much better. I love that you can kind of change things just a smidge. Okay, now we've got these little bits. And then this layout, as far as I'm going, is done. So I want to find, these do not have adhesive on them. They are free floating in here. And I gave my picker thingy, my tool picker, to my granddaughter. Let's see if I have another one. I have the close to my heart ones. So let's actually put those closer to my desk so I can just have them. And let's see if I can pick this up. Oh, good, that worked. Okay. And then I need 2 small ones. Here's a, not the yellow, here's a big one. And find another small one. And I need one more big one. And then I need 2 mediums. And that's a big, there's a medium. And one more medium. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on this so they don't get all over my desk. And I'm going to glue these down. Set that aside. And then we can see if we need more. Because we might, because it's a larger layout. I only did 3 different groupings. I'm just going to kind of put that there. And come on, flip over. Let's do that one. And I'll put the big one down here. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, now we've got 2 little dots for here for these medium ones. Okay. And oh, I did one on the word together. So let's see here. Right here. And let's put those 2 down and then we'll see. Oh, I got a medium and a medium. I need a small. Well, that is smaller. We'll just use it. Where do we want to put it? I'll just put it right there. Let's see how that looks. Hopefully it looks good since I'm winging it. Oh, that is so not right. Let's take that off. Let's see here. No. No. I think I'm liking it more over in this area, so we'll just put that right. Yeah, maybe. There we go. Got the ink or the glue on it at least, so it should stay. Let's see here. Is that enough? Maybe we should put a couple up here. Let's see, what size? Probably that medium size, but I don't know. I found a large. Might be too big. I can find a lot of larges. I know the mediums are kind of here too. Okay, there's the medium. Those look kind of large. Yeah, I think that size. Those are kind of a medium and kind of a small. And that'll be a good area if she wants to put a date for the pictures she puts on here. Let's see here. Okay. So we've got there. Look at this. I'm liking it. It doesn't have a title on it. I'm not going to worry too much about that. I mean, except for this, today was a good day. She could put a picture over that if she doesn't like it, and we'll still have that pink in there if she leaves it a little bit of a border. Let's see, what would it look like? Yeah, I have this color in here, so we're going to use the opposite side so we don't put sticky down there, but that's kind of what it would look like with a photo over there too. So that's an option. I'm really happy with this. I like the colors. The colors are very welcoming. I think it'll be a really nice layout for her. So here's the 12 by 12. Let's kind of pull it up a little bit and show you some close-ups. I'll have the sizes relisted on my blog. So you can go over there, scrapaddictcreations.com, and see that. And there we go. And this paper line is called, oops, I've got it under my Unbound Beaty. It's a Stampin' Up! Kit of paper. And the not picture my life card, sorry, memory cards. And then this is the layout I did that gave me the idea for this one. So thank you so much for coming to play today. I hope you have an amazing day. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and play today. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of my videos. Leave a comment and have an amazing rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.